How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
What's good with you?
Hey. Hi. There's food in the kitchen if y'all are wanting it.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on. Eat some food, man.
Oh, okay.
Loving the spasties.
There's video games over there. If y'all want to watch a movie, we can do that too.
I think I have a better idea. Who's down?
Of course, me. Shoot.
I don't think this is what we planned on doing. I just wanted to hang out.
Guys, relax. It's not a big deal. Let's just drink and have a good time. All right?
That's not something you would normally say. Are you good?
Babe, I'm fine. We're seniors. This is our last year. We're probably gonna see each other.
I don't drink. Yeah, me neither. I mean, I'm not against it or anything, but it's 9 in the morning.
Okay, so what's that supposed to even mean? Still, once again, we're seniors. Let's just please have a good time and just do it. Let's just do it. Come on.
Okay, fine. I mean, you only live once, right?
Exactly.
Do you want to? I mean, one drink.
Yeah, I guess one couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Pour me some, man.
Thanks.
All right, let's go. There we go.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, give me some.
Dude, I'm so glad we skipped English.
I forgot to do that note thing, the symbol homegoing
Yeah,
thing.
did you do the essay though?
Yeah, I did it, but it was the voice type, so I mean, she's probably gonna give me a bad grade for it.
Oh crap, I forgot we have an anatomy test in 4th period. We have to go to school now.
Okay, I can drive. I barely drink anything.
No, it's fine. I'll drive. It's my truck, anyways.
Guys, I don't care who drives, we have to go now. DJ, come on.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's
Come
fine.
on.
You know what?
We
Fine.
have to go. Let's go.
You could have taken my car.
DJ.
It's okay. Grab your stuff. Do you have your keys?
Anna, stop pushing me. I mean, bro.
Get in. Alright, move. Isaac, come on, dude.
Hey, relax. I don't care. I'm going. Hey!
Hey, Jojo, how are you?
Hey, Emma.
Do you have senior release today?
Yeah, I've seen your release on 8/8.
Okay, cool. Do you want to go get food? I didn't get a chance to eat lunch today.
Sure. You driving?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Is Chick Blue?
Yeah, that's great.
Do you have Venmo?
Yeah. Why, you need me to pay for you?
Yeah, I forgot my card.
I got you.
Thank you.
What do you normally order?
Just the number 1.
Okay.
Sachse 911, what suggested your emergency?
Hi, we've had a really bad wreck outside of Sachse High School. It's a couple of cars.
Okay, Sachse High School? Is it in front of high school on Miles Road?
It's right in front of the school, just toward 190.
Towards 190, how many vehicles are involved?
2.
get your head? Smell some alcohol. You've been drinking tonight? I got ambulances coming.
Precinct 83, I've got ambulance 2 and a helicopter.
Right over there and have a seat for me. Are you thinking of killing or injuring yourself today? Wyland? Nothing else on you, right? Blanket everything in there for you, right?
I wanted to have a good time with my friends and my girlfriend and Hannah. And I didn't think that I would do that. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay.
Hello, hi. Is your name Isaac Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Judge McSwain. I'm here to go through your magistration rights today, your charges, and your bond information. So you've been charged with intoxication manslaughter, which is a second-degree felony punishable by 2 to 20 years in prison. I have set the bond amount on that as $50,000.
Good morning. My name is Todd. I'm the pastor at Chase Oaks Church, Woodbridge, and on behalf of the family, I'd like to thank you for joining us in this celebration of Hannah. You know, times like today give us a moment to reflect. We reflect on how incredibly precious life is, what's really important. You know, in today's world, a hustle and bustle and whirlwind of busyness, it's so easy to get caught up. I know as seniors, you guys are being dragged in a million different directions right now, and sometimes we just put our heads down and run, or sometimes we just put our heads down and completely lose sight of the big picture. We lose sight of what really matters. And that's why today, days like today, are a gift, because it gives us a chance to reflect, gives us a chance to celebrate an amazing young woman, and it gives us a moment to pause and think about what really matters. Hannah Lee Bergstrom was killed in an alcohol-related auto crash on Monday, April 25th, 2022. She is survived by her parents, Carrie and William Bergstrom, her sister, Allison Osteen, her sister, Laura Garrison, and Andrew Bergstrom. Hannah was a senior at Sachse High School, where she was involved in cheer, the Mustang Theater Program, National Honor Society, and Beta Club. Hannah also attended Gilbert Reed Career and Technical Center for Clinical Medical Assistant Program. I'd like to take a moment right now and invite Hannah's friend Christine to share a little bit about Hannah.
Hi, my name is Christine Wetherington. I only knew Hannah for a few months, but within those months, she became one of my closest friends. We met when I first joined our theater production class in October, and she was one of the most kind-hearted and loving people I ever knew, and she was always there when I needed a friend. I knew as soon as I started our UIL show that Hannah and I were going to be great friends. We got closer and closer as time went on. We made so many memories together. Screaming Adele in the dressing rooms, running around in long flowy costumes, and just living our lives together. We called each other sisters so much that it felt like we truly were sisters. Hannah's character from this year's one-act play, You on the Moors Now, passes away at the end, and I never thought that fantasy would become a reality. I wish it didn't have to happen this way, because Hannah deserved a much more beautiful, long life. I know life will never be the same without her, and it's going to take a while to ever be okay, but I also know that Hannah wouldn't want us to cry or grieve her for too long. She would want us to keep living our lives and experiencing what time we do have left. And I'll spend the rest of my days honoring Hannah and what she stood for, spreading that same kindness that she did for as long as I shall live.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Northheim. I'm the medical director for Sachse Fire Rescue. Also work for Baylor in the emergency department. So I've seen a lot of tragedy in my 30 years with fire and EMS and an emergency department. And most times, the most innocent of people are affected by very poor decisions. Most fatal motor vehicle accidents that we see are usually related to intoxication of some sort or distracted driving. These accidents happen very quickly and have very long-lasting effects on those who are directly or indirectly affected by the events. So please make some good decisions, and if you take someone's life, you and those affected will never forget it. Thank you.
My name is Emma Duga. I'm the program specialist with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm going to read what's called an impact statement. These are the words from a mother who lost her son to a drunk driving crash. She has actually dedicated her life to MADD and is a victim services specialist for us. MADD's victim services team helps our victims and survivors create these impact statements that they can read on the stand before their offenders are sentenced. She lost her son, Eric, in a drunk driving crash. His best friend was the driver, the impaired driver. His name is Dylan. And these are her words to Dylan. Attempting to write this statement is one of the hardest things that I've had to do since the death of my son, Eric Branch. With this statement, I show every emotion, everything that I hide from the general public. I reopen the wound that I have been trying to close since January 15th, 2009. Eric was the most outgoing of my 3 children. He was the child that could cause my anger, make me laugh in the same minute. He is one that I spent most of his life fighting for and with him. He was the most stubborn and opinionated person that I've ever come into contact with, and he was mine. He shared my blood type, my anger, my fears. He came to me with almost every problem that he had, and we tried to solve them together. I have lost my initiative in life. I have lost one of my reasons to live. I am no longer scared to die. Because now I know he will be waiting for me. For 5 months, I had an irrational fear of the dark, sleeping with the lights on and refusing to pull into the driveway with the lights off in the house. During the hours that I'm able to sleep, I constantly have nightmares. In my dreams, I have died, my brother has died, and Eric has died. I do not sleep much, probably due to the dreams. I'm lucky to get 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Eric's father has had a very difficult time with this. He has had to be placed on medication also, and doesn't want to do anything besides going to work. He comes in from work and goes to his bed, where he stays until the next morning. He is angry that our son is gone. Angry that Dylan has not gone to jail for any length of time, and angry at the thought that Dylan will not have to pay for the loss that our family has suffered. He has been very difficult to live with at times, and I wonder if our family will survive this tragedy. My 2 living children have emotional issues as well due to Eric's death. My oldest son doesn't like to come to our current residence because Eric used to be here and is now not. I do not see my grandchild as much as I like because of that, and because I do not have the energy to deal with my life as it is. My oldest son was with Eric on the day that he died, saw Eric's happiness at getting his jobs at Lowe's, watched him do what Eric was calling the lawn and garden dance. Ricky could not keep his job at Lowe's, partly because those were the last doors that he saw Eric walk out of alive and happy. My youngest son carries his grief in a different way. He shows by anger and by trying to become the person that his brother was. For weeks, he would not stay in our house. He didn't want to be the only child in the house and would bring his friends to stay the night when I decided he had to come home. His grief comes in spurts, and he has stated before that he wanted to be where his brother is. Making the decision to say what I'm going to say is also very difficult. I had Eric for a very short 18 years, 9 months, and 11 days. I now have to pack his room, pack everything into boxes, and I do not know how to put the love and memories into those boxes. I cannot do it alone, and I am far too emotional to do that. I constantly see the things that I will never have with my son. I will never be a Mimi to his babies, never see him adjust into adulthood. I will never see him really grow up, get a job, get married, and get old. I will never hold his physical body again unless I take his ashes out of the urn. I will only see his face in my dreams or in pictures. I will never see that smile or those blue eyes again. Not until the day I join him in paradise. One of the most difficult things to ask a parent in my situation, or for a parent to hear, is what is your child's life worth is. My children's lives mean more to me than my own. I would lie down and die for them, each one of them. My child's life was worth more money than you could ever give me. The time that he is gone from my physical life is worse than waiting for eternity. The time that I spend wondering what his last moments were like consumes most of my waking hours. Nothing will ever replace the moments that I've had with them, and nothing to bring Eric back to me. The medications that I take on a daily basis only serve their purpose for so long. The hurt, the physical and emotional ache that I wake up to. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The longing to go back to normal will never go away. This is a new normal for us, one that we don't like, one that is very difficult to live with and to understand.
Good morning. My name is Chris. And the young man you're going to see up here on the screen is my son, Nash Stahl. Nash was an outstanding athlete, and he was personable and outgoing, and I'm sorry, this is the first time I've spoken about this to anyone, so if it seems disoriented, I'm sorry. He was a football player. He went to college, had a degree in microeconomics. He was just an all-around really nice guy. My second child, he was 23 years old on February the 6th when he got behind the wheel of his car, intoxicated. He was doing 130 miles an hour when he flipped it on the curb outside of J.J. Pierce High School, and it impaled on this tree, causing him a multitude of injuries. Because he was about 6'3", the steering wheel, when the car hit the tree, came down on his right leg and degloved it, which means it ripped all the skin off and broke it. He had many internal injuries. The safety belt drove all of his internal organs up through his diaphragm into his lungs. He had a compound fracture of his rib, a brachial plexus of his left arm, which means he lost the use of it. Imagine being an outstanding athlete at 23 years old, losing your part of your right leg and the use of your left arm, never getting it back. Those injuries are permanent. He had a traumatic brain injury and 2 brain bleeds. He laid his scalp open all the way to the bone. He developed pneumonia. He was in a coma for 20 days, in a twilight coma, which means he was sort of awake but didn't really remember any of it, for almost a year. Because of his injuries and his age, his lack of experience with life, he never really recovered, and he did learn to walk, he got his prosthesis, but he never really recovered emotionally or mentally from it, and it just developed into a mental illness. During the 3 years prior to his accident, this picture right here is him trying to stand for the first time. on one leg with one arm to hold himself up. During the 3 years, because he didn't adjust, he had a multitude of suicide attempts. He wanted to live on his own, and he did for a while, but his mental illness prevented him from being able to maintain it, and he became homeless. Imagine being on the street with mental illness, a traumatic brain injury, one leg and one arm. It's a difficult place to survive. On November the 1st, after being released from the hospital, Nash succeeded in his attempts to end his life. He was 26 years old. He had everything in the world to live for. But he made a mistake. And that is what he looked like about 3 months before he passed away. That is a 26-year-old with a devastating physical injury because he got behind the wheel of a car after he had been drinking. It isn't worth it. You're not okay. Please don't make the mistake of thinking that you are, because if this happens to you, you will never be okay again. It isn't about the impact it has on your friends or the impact it has on your family, which is significant and not to be in any way, shape, or form disregarded. Nash's medical bills exceeded $3 million. Think about the impact it will have on you. Just don't do it. It's so easy to be so young and think you're immortal, that nothing's going to happen to you. Everybody thinks that when they're 18, 19, 20, and so on. You're not. It will change your life, and it will ruin your life, whether you're the victim, the driver, family, the friends. It will ruin your life. And ultimately, it could end your life or make you wish it had. Thank you.
Before I close, I would like to give a special thanks to the family members who came today, people that gave their testimony, Chase Oaks Church, Lee Richardson. Let's give a round of applause for Miss Ellis for putting this together. I think if you look around the room to all the adults who sat in your chair at one time, believe it or not, we were your age, we had that sense of invincibility, that it's not going to happen to me, that doesn't happen in our neighborhood. There we go. It doesn't happen to me or people I know. That happens to other people. Let me tell you, I bet you could ask the adults around this room, and probably some of you know that it happens, and we've had it happen to us, to people that we know, people that we love. It's a life changer. I have several friends that have DUIs. They were lucky. It was just them. They just got pulled over. I've had former students that have died. Being in this role of education, I've been to a lot of different things. I've seen former students have kids. I've been to their weddings, been to baby showers, wedding showers. I've been to funerals. Students that took their own life, people that were killed in drunk driving accidents. Just know that you're not immune to it because you go to Sachse or because I'm part of this family or I go to this church or I don't do this or I do that. You don't control what other people do. So keep that in mind. I know prom season, you're thinking, man, it's time. We're going to have a great time. Just know that the decisions and the choices you make, that you think, oh, it's just this one time. Or we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we're not going to drive. Those decisions can impact your life, can impact your family's life. So as you go into prom season, whether it's the Sachse prom or you're going to prom with somebody else, I hope and pray that you make good decisions.